I don't know if you know this, but you have one vehicle that takes you through the journey of life, which is your body. If you don't take care of your body, if you don't take care of this one vehicle and it breaks down, there is no patch up somewhere. There is nobody that is going to manufacture a version 2, like a version 2 of your body for you to work with. Once you shut down, you're done. I used to think that something was wrong with me because I had goals, I had plans, I had things to do, but I just couldn't show up consistently. And the easiest label I gave myself during that phase was I am lazy. I was lazy. But I started paying attention. Then I realized that no, I was actually not lazy, right? It was more or less like a mental drain. I was drained. I was mentally tired. I was overstimulated. And especially for an introvert, I needed to recharge. I needed to rest. So in this video, I will be sharing 4 things that could be causing this mental drain for you, that could be causing you to be overstimulated and making all your efforts go down the drain. Trust me when I say this. Number 4 of all of this is one of the most important that many people skip, many people ignore. It is overhyped, but when it comes to doing it, many people are usually found wanting because they don't do it. So if this sounds like your situation where you're always feeling lazy, feeling tired, you're feeling and you don't know what is wrong with you, why you're feeling this way, then this video might be for you. And if this sounds like something you want to listen to, you would want to stick to the end of this video because each and every point matters in the grand scheme of things. So without much further ado, let's just dive right into the video. So the first thing that could be causing this mental drainage, this mental fatigue, could be too much noise. For me, at some point in my life, it was too much noise. Noise from work, noise from the events, noise from everything going on around, noise from the social media. This one is actually this is actually more or less like the most biggest in all of the things that brings noise, because you scroll online, there are a lot of things that is vying for your attention. There are a lot of things online that is trying to gain your attention, that is trying to catch your attention, thereby bringing a lot of noise to your mind without you actually realizing it. There is this popular saying that people say that sometimes you need to touch grass. A lot of people say it, but how many people actually do it? How many times have you actually gone off the social media, done its social media detox to stay away from the noise of the social media and actually connect with yourself and actually do the things that you love doing? Because whether you like it or not, the social media is a marketplace. The social media is full of noise. The social media is crowded, and when you're doom scrolling, feeling like it's not affecting you, it is affecting you. Your brain is picking all of these things and you are filling your mind with a lot of junks without realizing it. And when you do this, it's always one way or the other. Take your energy, take your mood, do one of the things that is going to ensure that you find yourself becoming drained without realizing it. All right. So you should ask yourself, what are those things that are causing so much noise in my life that I need to do away with those things that are not necessary? And if you're a type of person like me that works with the social media, how about you start creating time for when I need to be online? I'm going to be online by so time and I won't exceed that time. Once I am done with that time frame, I'm coming out of that world and I am giving time to myself. Too much noise. The one factor that causes a lot of mental noise to people without them even realizing it. All right. So the second thing, or should I say, the second reason why you could be feeling the way you're feeling is emotional overload. For me, I had a lot of piled up emotions that I couldn't process. I had grief that I couldn't process. I had a lot of emotions that I just locked up, feeling like it is not necessary for me to process them. It is not necessary for me to feel this way. And trust me, there is no way you're going to lie to yourself. Nature is nature, and one way or the other, nature will always request what it needs from you. If you're meant to sleep and you're not sleeping, one day you will black out and you will be forced to actually take the rest. If you're meant to cry and you're not crying, if you're meant to grieve and you're not grieving, if you're meant to express any emotions and you're not expressing this, one day it is going to explode. And this is one of the things that I did that affected me a lot. I was meant to At a point in my life, I was going through an emotional phase, and instead of me to process these emotions, feel it, stay with it, and actually take it in and heal from it, I piled it all up, feeling like it is not necessary. And it got to a point where it became like an overload, and blew up, like a system or computer or your laptop, then where you're working it, when you don't pay attention to what your laptop is saying, to what your system is saying, at some point it is going to have an overload and it will just, blow up. All right. So when you're going through anything in life and you feel like there are emotions you need to express, go on ahead and express it. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to rest, rest. If you need to pour out some form of anger, pour it out. Talk to the people you're meant to talk to. Do things that you're meant to do that will ensure that you are expressing yourself with moderation as far as you're not hurting anyone. Ensure that you express the emotions you are meant to express. Don't pile it all up and feel like you're going to be all right. You won't be all right. That emotion will, one way or the other, change you without you even realizing it. All right. Trust me, from experience, it wasn't a good one. I told myself that will never pile up emotions ever again. If I am going through anything, I am meant to express it. I will express it, heal from it, and move on. Because whether you like it or not, this is life. Things happen in life. Life happens, and when it does, you shouldn't tie yourself up feeling like, oh, life happened to me, and wallowing in that self pity state or wallowing in that particular phase that you're meant to move from. All right. So you can just go through it, admit that you're going through it, radically express yourself if need be. So the third reason why you could be feeling the way you're feeling is lack of clarity. Trust me, when you don't know what you're doing, when you don't know where you're going to, when you don't know what you need to do, you end up doing everything and everything feels heavy. There is this popular quote that says that when you don't know where you're going in life, everybody is going to pick you along to go with them in their own journey of life. If I am going to destination A and you're going to destination B, if you don't know that you are going to destination B, you might think that destination A is where you're going because I am going to pick you along with me. Why going to that place? And when you eventually get to where I'm going, I'll leave you alone and keep going. Then you realize that, oh, I've been going on the wrong direction all along. Then you have to come back and go to the place. It's a long process, all right? So trust me when I say this, you need clarity to have mental sanity. You need to be clear on what you need to do. You need to be clear on where you are going. You need to be clear on what your time needs. You need to be clear on the people you need to associate with. You need to be clear on what you need to do. You need to be clear on what you're spending your time, your money, and things on. You need clarity. And to be clear on this, trust me, this is where you need prayers. This is where you need God's direction. And this is where you need to sit down with yourself and write out the things that you need for your life, to write out the things, the place you're going to, write out the things that you need for your life. Because when you write this out, it is going to be like a compass to direct you on the right things to do, the right words to say, the right actions to take, the right places to go to. Right? Because if you're not clear on your life path, if you're not clear on your purpose, if you're not clear on your direction, that everything that comes just sways you, everything that comes feels like it, even when it is not it. You will end up filling your decks with a lot of things, a lot of noise and junks that isn't in line with the actual thing that you're meant to do. And before you know it, your vision becomes blurry. You start becoming tired, start feeling headache or migraine because you're not clear on what you're doing. I don't know if it happens to you, but it happens to me. When my desk is cluttered, when my space is cluttered, I don't think right. I don't think right at all. I have to clear that desk before I'll be able to get myself to know what I need to do. So also is your mind. If your mind is cluttered, you won't function properly. Right, so you need to declutter your mind, take away all of the noises, right? Take away all of the emotional overload so that you would have clarity on the right things you are meant to do, on the right directions you're meant to take, on the right people you need to go with, on the right values you need to pick up, on the right skills you need to learn, on the right places you need to be. All right. So the fourth reason, the most important of them all, why you're feeling the way you're feeling is that you don't have any real rest. When I'm talking about rest, I mean rest, shutting everything down and actually resting. Distractions is not a real rest. Scrolling through your phone is not a real rest. Trying to snack on something while watching a movie is not a real rest. Netflix and chill is not a real rest. Real rest is when you're closing your eyes, shutting down the noise in your mind, and actually resting. Not when you're lying down and you're still thinking about a million or more things you need to do. You're not resting. Your brain is still working. And I feel a lot of people are in this trap. They work from morning to night, 24/7, round the clock. They don't actually give themselves the time to rest. I don't know if you know this, but you have one vehicle that takes you through the journey of life, which is your body. If you don't take care of your body, if you don't take care of this one vehicle and it breaks down, there is no patch up somewhere. There is nobody that is going to manufacture a version 2, like a version 2 of your body for you to work with. Once you shut down, you're done. All right. And all of those things that you've been chasing will move on and forget you. All right. So ensure that you take time to rest. Ensure that you take time to take care of this body, not just physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Spiritually. Ensure that you take care of yourself. You just have one body and you have one life to live. And if you know that you have this, how about you are more conscious of your body? You're more selfish, if I'm to use that word, on the care that you give to your body, not just physically, because a lot of people take care of themselves physically, but when it comes to the mental part, the emotional parts, they are nowhere to be found. Take care of yourself mentally, take care of yourself physically, take care of yourself spiritually. Rest when you need to rest. Don't postpone your rest for something else. How is it that whenever you're hungry, you take time to eat, you take time to drink some water, but when it comes to when you need that rest, you'll be postponing your rest. That is when you find yourself scrolling through your phone. That is when you find yourself wanting to watch a movie or YouTube video or something like that. Rest when you need to. Don't wait till Mother Nature demands it from you by force before you start resting. Nope. Real rest is important. Real rest. So this is the point where you tell yourself, instead of attacking yourself, instead of beating yourself up that you're lazy or things like that, how about you start asking yourself the right questions like, what is draining me? This is the question that I asked myself when I was going through this phase that changed everything for me. Find out all of those things that are draining you, that are not even yielding results, but just draining you. Even if they are yielding results, they shouldn't be draining you. You should learn how to control your time, control the things you're doing, and not let them control you. All right? Get to know the things that are draining you and fix it. No one is going to fix it for you. I'm sorry. It is just you that cares enough about yourself to fix these things about you. So, in summary, the truth is sometimes what you actually need is a space to breathe. You don't need more discipline to beat yourself up and all of those things. You just need a space to breathe, to take care of yourself mentally and all. Because one thing I notice is that most people these days, they're on the go, go, go. They're on the survive mode, survive mode, survive mode. Nobody's actually taking time to breathe. Nobody's actually taking time to relax. Nobody's actually taking time to calm down. And this is so to say that I have been in this phase. I won't even lie. It's actually when I found myself falling into a physical humans. That is when I told myself to relax. So you need to tell yourself, relax, breathe a little bit. It's not that deep. Okay, so this is where I'll be wrapping it up for today's video. If you have learned something, please do well to drop it in the comment section. If you have things as well that has been working for you, please do well to drop it in the comment section, especially those things that I didn't mention. Drop them because I am reading, every other person will be reading, and they'll be getting one or two from you. All right. And remember, this is luchisjournal. This platform is dedicated to young adults that are navigating life, young adults like me, navigating their life, their 9 to 5 life, trying to grow. If you're trying to grow, going through life, healing, and everything that entails self-development and growing, becoming your best self, then this channel is for you. Trust me when I say this, it's always a good time on this channel. And also, yes, don't forget to turn on your notification bell, yes, so that you'll be notified whenever I post any video. You don't want to miss anyone. Please don't forget to share this video. Share this video with your friends, with your family. They might have a thing or two to learn. Yeah, so I'm going to see you on my next one. Until then, try as much as you can to take care of yourself and keep being your best self. See you on my next one. To those.